guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the different body types and how to dress for each body type. When it comes to dressing, clothing and styling, it's really great because clothing can give the illusion of having a different body shape depending on how you dress and how you use the clothing, very similar to how makeup can do the same thing. Everybody has a different body shape, but there are 5 main body shapes. There is the round body shape, the triangular body shape, the inverted triangular body shape, the rectangle body shape, and the hourglass body shape. When you're dressing somebody or yourself, stylists tend to try and make your body look as proportionate as possible. And for a proportionate body type, when you are looking at somebody's body type and when you are trying to style them for that proportional body type, it tends to mean that you have equal shoulders and hips with a more defined waistline, meaning more of an hourglass looking figure. In this video, we're going to go over the triangular body figure. The triangular body figure is defined as having narrow shoulders and wider hips, giving off more of a triangular shape when you look at the hips compared to the shoulders being a lot smaller. They tend to have an average to small bust size, and they tend to also have a shorter waist and longer legs. A great celebrity example of this body type would be Jennifer Lopez. When dressing for the triangular figure and trying to give more of a proportionate look, the things that you want to make sure that you are doing is bring emphasis to the top half of the body, as you want the eyes to focus on the top half, which will give more of a proportionate look to the body. You also want to make sure that with the pants, they are skimming but are fitting the body, so they aren't too tight, they aren't too baggy, they're just the right size and not bringing any unnecessary attention to that area. You also want to make sure that you are elongating the figure, as they tend to have a shorter waist and longer legs. You want to make sure that you are elongating this and creating more of a proportionate leg and waist look. So first, to bring emphasis to the top, it is great to use tops that bring more attention to that area. So for example, sweetheart necklines or deep v-neck tops, even boat neck tops are great for this, as they bring more emphasis to this area and draw the eyes to the top half of the body. This can also be done with bell sleeves and puff sleeves, and even with shoulder padding, as shoulder padding can give the illusion of having wider shoulders, which can give the illusion of having more of that proportionate hourglass figure. Another great way to bring emphasis to the top half of the body would be by using bold colors and patterns. When you are looking in styling, colors are a great way to bring emphasis to an area, as the more bold colors you have, the more attention that area will bring. Having big details and embroidery on that area as well can be really great to bring the eye to that area. Big jewelry like big necklaces or earrings can also bring the attention and the eye up to the top half. When we look at jackets for the triangle figure, it is important to have jackets that have good lapels and are more structured and defined, particularly at the waistline. You want to have jackets that are more defined at the waistline instead of just skimming, as this won't create the illusion of the more proportionate figure and will give more of a rectangular figure look to this body type. It's also great to have jackets that finish just above or below the hips, as you don't want to bring attention to the hip area, so having them finish just above or just below can be great to not bring any unwanted attention to them. You also want to have clothing that helps to define the waistline. So for example, with dresses, you want dresses such as wrap dresses that will come and cinch in at the waist and then skim past the thighs and hips, but also be bringing emphasis to the top half with the more puffy sleeves and v-neck tops. So when we talk about pants, we want to keep the pants much more simple on the bottom half. So you want to make sure that the pants first of all fit and aren't too tight and aren't too baggy. And second of all, you want to make sure that the pants are skimming past the thighs and the hips, but are defined at the waistline. So great pant options for a triangular figure can be straight leg pants and bootleg pants or flared jeans. You want to keep the bottoms more simple, so you don't want any bold colors, you don't want any embroidery details, any pockets that stick out, or anything that's going to bring attention to that area. You want to make sure that it's simple and basic. When talking about skirts, you want to make sure that they're not too short, as this can ruin the illusion and make your legs look longer but your waist look much smaller. You also want to make sure that you don't wear anything too frilly or too over the top, anything that will be too bulky or bring more attention to that area. Great examples can be A-line skirts and pencil skirts. You want to make sure that they stay soft and flowy and aren't too bold, over the top, or up there. Darker colors on the bottom can also be great because they add less emphasis to that area, and the darker the jeans are and the darker the pants are, the more slimming effect that they tend to have. Having vertical lines or pinstripes on your pants can be a great way to elongate the figure as well, as vertical stripes tend to create more of a long look, whereas horizontal stripes tend to create more of a wide look. Belts are also another great way to define that waistline and to give that smaller waistline illusion. When we talk about colors and patterns on the bottom half, as I've already mentioned, it is great to keep the pants more simple, so you don't want anything that has patterns on it or anything that is too bold in color. Keeping your pants more neutral, such as beiges, whites, browns, or even darker colors such as dark denim and black can be a great alternative. But with the top half, you can go as creative as you want with more fun colors and patterns. The more bright and bold the top half is, the more the eye is drawn to it and the more attention that area brings. We also want to make sure that we are elongating this figure, so vertical stripes are a great way to elongate this figure. Also, having more monochrome looks, meaning that you are using the similar color tone throughout the entire look from head to toe, can also be a great way to elongate that figure. And if you were doing a monochrome look, you want to make sure that you're not using any belts or anything, as they can cut off that look and remove the whole elongated look and divide the look into two parts, which ruins the idea. Things to be aware of and things to avoid when you are dressing for this figure is having any bold colors or patterns on the bottom half, which can bring more of the attention to your bottom half and ruin the emphasis of the hourglass figure, as you will be creating more of a triangular figure and just emphasizing the triangular figure. You also want to make sure that you don't have anything too tight or anything too loose, anything that doesn't fit on the bottom half as well, or even on the top half, because this brings more attention to that area. It also doesn't look as great as if you have something that is well fitted. You want to make sure that when you are choosing pants and tops, you don't have anything that is creating unnecessary bulges or having skin left out. If you buy a pair of jeans or pants or skirts or tops or anything and they fit everywhere but they're a little too loose around the waist, a great way to fix that is by taking them to be alterated at a tailor. This can be an easy way to have your jeans fit you. You also want to make sure that you are avoiding heavy and thick fabrics on the bottom, as this can drown out the look and make it look too bulky, too heavy, and ruin the whole idea that we are going for. You also want to make sure that you are avoiding horizontal stripes, as we are trying to elongate the figure. Adding horizontal stripes will just widen the look and widen the figure, which isn't what we want to do. We want to elongate it. On the top half, you also want to make sure that we are avoiding anything that doesn't have any shoulder definition or anything that is too tight and isn't bringing any emphasis to the top half. So you don't want to be wearing a dark color that is tight and is just a simple neckline, as this isn't really doing very much and isn't bringing that attention up to the top half. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Also let me know if you'd like a part 2 with some of the other figures in it as well. and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.